Welcome back, everyone. Today I'm responding to a post titled, "I don't know what to do with my life," by an 18-year-old who is interested in engineering or becoming an electrician, but not quite 100% sure if that's the route they want to go. So let's go ahead and hear what they have to say. I'm an 18-year-old lazy British kid who hasn't had a proper job before, and I don't even know what I want to do when I grow up. I have no ambition to go to university or college. I would like an apprenticeship, but I'm not 100% sure what I want to do. I'm interested in being an electrician or an engineer, but I don't know anything about either. My mom is nagging me to get a job or an apprenticeship, but I'm struggling to find anything, and my friends aren't much help either. I don't know what to do, and I'm starting to freak out. Every day makes me feel worse and worse. This virus isn't helping either. Any help or advice would be greatly recommended. Well, first off, you got to cut yourself some slack. I mean, you're 18 years old. Trying to figure out your whole life at 18 it's a fool's errand. It's going to just cause you more stress. I mean, there's people in their 40s and 50s trying to answer that question, and they don't know, and it's not the end of the world for them either. So at 18, just don't even entertain that thought. You're not trying to figure out what you want to do when you grow up anyway, because that's all going to change. As you get older and life changes, your career path is also going to change. So right now, it's a good step that you need to do something to get out of this rut. So make that your primary goal. It's tough when you get pressure from your parents and friends, so I can understand that. One question I do want to ask, and somebody touched on it in a comment below, are you being lazy, or is it more being fearful? And I asked that because there's a guy named Gary Vaynerchuk. I don't know if you've heard of him, but he's an extremely successful motivational speaker and coach, and he talks a lot about how people who have a tough time starting like a project or a career or a goal sometimes mistake being lazy for being afraid. Afraid of what might happen if they fail, afraid that they may not have the skills to be successful, afraid of not finding that perfect job, whatever. When you're sort of stuck with it, fear makes it really hard to even want to get started. So maybe it's that, or maybe it's a combination of both. You mentioned engineering or being an electrician, and as someone again mentioned in the comments, or suggested taking some classes at a school to see if you even like it. I mean, that's a really good starting point to think about what else you might like too. Engineering and electrician, those are part of the STEM field. So are you interested in STEM in general? Do you have like a sort of natural talent for, science, technology, mathematics, and all that stuff? So, think of that before you jump into a university and spend a lot of money taking classes. You may want to talk to some professors or an academic advisor and get an idea of what the field is like. Is there like, a place, maybe a local company you can maybe do a job shadow at. Consider those things first. The big thing is when you find it hard to get going is you got to set small goals. When I was going through a period where I didn't even want to do anything because it all just seemed like a waste of time and everything just was so daunting, I had a friend tell me that sometimes my goal for the day just needs to be leaving the house. If you're sitting at home all day in your room and around your mom who annoys you, or talking to your friends that are a pain, you're never going to take that first step. So you need to figure out what that first step is for you. And that might be leaving the house, going to a coffee shop and maybe just talking to random people just to get out of your comfort zone. Laziness is born through comfort. You've been comfortable for a long time, so that's why you're panicking now. You can't even think about sending out applications of what you want to do for work when you don't even like getting out of bed in the morning. Again, like somebody commented, try and experiment with different things. Another thing you can do is volunteer for a cause that you feel somewhat interested in. You'll be able to pick up skills that would be useful. You'll be able to meet people that inspire you, and maybe even find something that you enjoy doing that could lead to a career. At this point, more than something small, like leaving the house, is going to seem like a mountain. So you have to start small. Give yourself goals and rewards when you reach milestones. So the first few days might be just leaving the house for a few hours. And next may be you leave the house and you talk to 5 different people every day. And then it could be, then after that you do all those things, but then you also make it a point to talk to one academic advisor at a college about engineering and talking to a place you may be interested in volunteering. Every day just add something more to what you do each day. Let's say you talk to somebody in an engineering school, and they tell you what type of skills you need, and you think, hey, this might be something I really enjoy. Think of getting a part-time job to get some skills in that area. That's going to kill a couple birds with one stone. You'll be getting a job, and you'll be helping your self move forward in your career. But you might need to also distance yourself a little bit from your friends, not in the sense of like cutting them off and not hanging out with them, but setting boundaries where you decide not to have conversations with them regarding jobs and careers and going to school and all that stuff. So, just some stuff to think about. I hope this really helps, but again, start small. Don't be too concerned with what you're going to do for the next 50 years of your life. It's such a daunting thing. It's like saying, I have to write. It's like if you were interested in writing a book and you're like, I want to write this huge epic, and you don't even have a sentence down on paper. When you're trying to get out of a rut, the first thing you got to do is working to get out of that rut, not what happens after that. Anyways, if you'd like to chat more, feel free to shoot me a message. You can also check out my website, www.pbeatty.com. That's www.pbadasindogY.com. There's actually a ebook. It's a free download that actually is a problem-solving guide, and it might be something you find helpful to develop a process to kind of get out of this funk. So, check that out. But, also, you're watching this video. If you like, comment, and subscribe, that'd be great. Otherwise, I hope everything works out, and I will speak with you all later.